some of those weren't justified, and that he was sorry for it. But I really don't think that's enough, to be perfectly honest. It's happened that many times. You should have known by then, at least one of those times, that you can't do that. The fact that you were caught up in the heat of the moment because you were angry at the person, that's just not justification anymore. You knew that that was the potential to happen. You can't justify that by saying it was the heat of the moment. That still doesn't make it right. And maybe if he had done it only once, I could sort of see, and it still wouldn't have made it okay. But it's happened more than once, and I can't say that that's right. The whole Basherverse being a pedophile thing, he can say, you know, we were justified in talking about that all he wants to, but he really drove that into the ground. I really don't think he was justified in that. And keep in mind, this is all assuming that he's not making this stuff up. This is giving him the full benefit of the doubt. And it's just stuff like that. The revealing of personal information, I guess, is sort of the big thing for me, because that's a big thing to go at, and, you know, people can do a lot with that. Like, the pyrocynical thing, that one's, I guess, not so much revealing of personal information, but the extent of which Keemstar is going to attack him, I don't understand. Like, pyrocynical really hasn't said much about Keemstar until Keemstar went after him, sort of. So, I can't... It's the stuff like that, that mostly the revealing of personal information, mainly the Smile for YouTube Gaming one, because that was the last one that I've heard about so far. That led to him getting swatted. I saw Keemstar's stream of that, where he basically said, you know, we need to get this dude's address and whatever else. And at that point, it really doesn't matter what motive he had to do that. He knew that was going to... He knew that was going to happen. If not on that one, on one of the others. He had to have known. And so I can't justify that. That for me was... You know, I can't support Keemstar after that. So, to Keemstar, I have to say, at the end of your video, you ask for sort of to be forgiven, that you've apologized for what you've done. I don't think that's enough. You can say it was a harsh reaction, that you're apologizing for it, that you know it wasn't right, that you're trying to move on, but that's just not enough. You had to have known at some point you were causing this, and you should have stopped it. You have to have some restraint at some point. You have to, once you have that number of subscribers, this has happened before, you need to stop it from happening. And you have shown no sign of doing so. You still haven't shown any sign of doing so. You're still extra defensive on your Twitter. I can't forgive you for that. Maybe in the future you will get better. Perhaps. But I'm not willing to give you that right now. And that's another thing that I have to tell all of you that don't support Keemstar. Like, if you want to go and look at Keemstar's, you know, response to the exposers, then go do that if you really want the information. But if you want to take my word for it, you know all the information, and you want to be done with Keemstar, don't go to his channel. Don't go to his videos to dislike any of them. Just don't go to the channel at all. Unsubscribe, don't watch his videos. Because even if he's getting more people unsubscribing and he's still going up in view counts, then he's still benefiting from it. So the best thing you can do is just be done with the channel. I don't think perhaps that all the people disliking the video are really helping that much. Disliking his videos in general. I don't think that that's helping. You just need to be done with it. The more you watch, the more ads that you watch, the more powerful he gets, sort of. The more money he gets from doing this. And he destroys lives by doing this. You can't argue with that. He has done it. He's done it outside of Drama Alert. I can't justify that. And I won't support that. But that said, I can see part of where he's coming from with the idea that all these YouTubers that are making exposed videos are doing it for the money, and some of them are inaccurate. But that doesn't justify what Keem has done. Keem having a daughter does not excuse his actions. He should still know better than to do what he's done. And that's pretty much it, I guess. I don't know if I'm going to post this, because I rambled a lot in this, but basically, think how you want to, do your own research, but don't just blindly support all the anti-Keemstar sort of videos. The ones that, like, really research into each thing if you're going to keep pursuing this and make your own opinions about it. Don't just take anybody's word for it. Look at the evidence, decide for yourself. Do this in pretty much all cases, because it really comes down to that. You have to be able to, you can't just say that all the anti-Keemstar videos are right just because you don't like Keemstar. You really have to look into each one and say, I can't say that Keemstar is a pedophile. That doesn't, I just can't say that with the evidence that I have. But what I can say, he's shown a significant lack in judgment. He's done some terrible things. Sorry just doesn't cut it, and I'm through. That's all I really have to say.